The approval of the agenda, please.
I'll motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
Motion second. Any discussion? All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have approval of October 2025 meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion regarding the minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Communication updates, Erickson land sale. Dan?
Yeah, this one, never-ending saga for me. We bought 28 acres, or was trying to buy 28 acres. 4 of them were part of a 10-acre plot that we sold to the Whitehall Fire Authority for $1. It was split during 2020 during that transaction, and then for some odd reason in 2022 they were put back together. So when we went to do the title work for the sale, we couldn't. So we had to go through and get the plot re-split, which was done as of yesterday. So should be able to finish that sale now. But that's why it's taken almost 6 months, just because of that wonkiness.
And that was just the addition of 4 acres to.
There's a little sliver to the north of that property the fire authority got that
Yeah.
should have went with it, and the son's been didn't.
It was split and recombined, and then we just split it again this week. So I just give an update on that. It should go through before the next meeting.
So that's part of Erickson's now, or that's part of?
It'll be part of Erickson's, yeah. And there is somebody interested, I think it's Shoreline Marine, in the other 7 acres there that the city owns that is to the east a little bit. So should be all full in there after that sale.
It's great.
Who recombines those on accident? Is that the county equalization?
It's equalization or the assessor, yeah. And nobody could explain it to me.
I'm kind of faced with the
Couldn't
same
figure it
thing
out.
on some property on Allen Street. We thought it was 3 separate lots. And then you go and look on the website, and then it shows 2 lots is 1, 2 lots is just 1 lot, and then the 3rd single lot. And when the realtor that we bought them from, they presented the survey to us as 3 separate lots with 1 house on it.
Yeah, that's,
It's like, how did that happen?
nobody can explain it to me, but we fixed it. There was a way to fix it. We don't talk afterward.
Yeah, I was just kind of curious, like,
Yeah.
if that happened, same thing,
Yeah, we
same department, sounds like.
I think in theory it was the wrong legal description was established for a parcel that messed everything up, and it kind of followed through with title and everything, and so I think it was an incorrect legal description, which that's where the mess.
Yeah, if you order it wrong, it stays wrong.
Yeah.
Once you record a deed, you got trouble.
Yep, so here we are on that.
Okay.
All right, unfinished business. None. Moving on to public comments. This portion of public comments are to address the items on the agenda only at this time. Is there anybody want to address anything on today's agenda? Hearing none. Moving on to new business. Facade grant application, general store.
Okay, this is Phyllis Sinkinga. How I got involved in this is I was working with the inspectors on different businesses that aren't up to code or perpetually not up to code, and it brought me to the general store. And I went in there and talked to Phyllis. She's 91, business owner, and she gave me permission just to start. I offered to do the work myself, so I started doing what I could, and it cost me less than $100 for a lot of the stuff. But now we get to the exterior where there's broken glass and then some of the facade or the fascia or the back of the building is messed up. So I talked to her about the facade grant program, and this request is from basically, I'll be the project officer for it, and I'm just gonna fix up the outside of her building, using this money. And I'll use my own labor and my own time, but this just gives me the funding I need to actually purchase the things that are needed and possibly hire a handyman to give me a hand for stuff that's out of my ability.
Typically, this is a matching fund, correct? Like,
I don't know.
It would be.
Yeah.
So, that's how it's structured anyways. It's a matching up to $5,000.
Yeah.
So if she has $1,000 in repairs, she provide, so we provide 500 and she provides 500.
Okay.
Is she able
Say
to
that
do that?
I don't know. Every time I bring something like that up for her,
She's gonna ante up.
forking up more, I don't know. It's an uncomfortable conversation. I'm just trying to get her to compliance.
yeah.
Which is my job, so I'm willing to go back to her with that, but I think my inkling is that, like, okay, it hasn't bothered me for, decades, it's not bothering me now.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want is to have the inspector shut a business down when it's downtown and be public facing, boarded up building. That's what I'm trying to fight blight.
Yeah.
And that's why I just went in with the mindset of how can I help you get in compliance rather than
You have no interest in the building or anything else?
me personally.
Yeah.
No.
Good, we're clear then, there's no issue.
Can you use in-kind contribution, or does it have to be a cash contribution?
I thought it had to be a cash contribution. It might be
I would assume so,
but-
I'm just curious if because your time would be
Yeah.
an in-kind contribution if it's allowable, but I'm not sure if that is.
Right.
I'm all for helping out where we can, but I worry about a slippery slope of
Right.
Yeah.
other businesses see that we helped out where they didn't have to,
Have to match it.
have to match it.
Working over there.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not like a skilled tradesman. It's just I'm 44, she's 91, so I can do more than her right now.
She really gets around.
Right. So I don't know the right answer, but I'm willing to put my own personal money into up to a point, and that's what I've been doing. So this is just to either get her in compliance or continue letting the building atrophy. And I don't think an enforcement mechanism that's available to me would produce the results we want.
You shouldn't have to put your own money into it if we're gonna be involved.
Right.
No reason you should have to.
What I'm gathering though is like the cash match is required, and I got to go back to her with that.
Maybe there's something worked in labor hours, it's not necessarily payable, but it's.
I charge
it's
$5,000 an hour.
something. I mean, I'm thinking of being creative here, but it's,
That's what I'm saying, is that allowable? Is time spent allowable as a match?
Do you know the extent of the repairs or any?
There's a lot of glass work. The exterior of the building, like a lot of the windows are broken and there's just a board put there. And some there isn't even a board put there. And then the back part of the building, a lot of the utility boxes are just falling off. So I don't know, if just a handyman would probably be able to look at it and fix it really quickly. And then the back fascia, I think it's just a board that I can buy a new one and slap up there or paint it. But I don't know. And before I start exploring too far, I want to see if I even have a means to do it. That's the point of application. It's not a great situation right now.
happy to work with you. I've got a few handy people that work for me that,
Yeah, and that's what I was going to start networking and asking. Who could
try to help her out as where we can.
I wouldn't be worried about the conflict it might present that you being the city manager, that we're gonna give you $5,000 to go extra to go do this work, if that,
It is for materials.
yeah. I guess that would all have to be clear that
Yeah, I'd be I'm not pretty
Yeah.
transparent.
I'm not saying you're trying to do that, I just,
Yeah, give me
public,
$5
public
grand extra.
perception may be off.
No, so far it's only been like she had a rat's nest of extension cords all over the building that I cleaned up. I changed out light bulbs and some other minor work that wasn't that much money.
You guys gotta understand, Phyllis is 90.
But what's the enforcement action, or how do I get compliance otherwise? Is I guess the question I really would ask.
Would it be beneficial to bring in someone to give us an idea of how much it would cost? And maybe it's not as extreme as we think it could be. And then there's people that are willing to chip in and help, and it doesn't even have to go through this grant process. Or at least at that point, we would realize
Have match funds maybe.
that, and then you'd be better off with a conversation with her.
So yeah, I've looked at like most elder programs are for housing and things like that, just normal living, not a senior citizen business owner. That's where I'm really getting the problem. That's where I come to the problem.
If you don't mind me speaking up for a second.
Sure, that's fine.
I was gonna help her out. One of the things she needs is a Knox box. So I thought for a couple $100 I'd take care of that, but then I found out it was $500.
No, they're expensive.
They're expensive.
They're expensive.
And I'm helping her out in her house today too. She was fined apparently for having brush in the lot next door to her house. And I'm going there today with a chainsaw and gonna
The
work
fire
on cleaning that
authority
up
been
and
there?
so on.
Yes.
Does Keith expect it?
Yeah, and that's kind of that's actually what brought me to the first place.
Yeah.
I asked who our three commercial most problematic were, and she was one of them. So I wanted to understand the problem rather than just say,
Sure.
here's a fine. I was just trying to help her out. And I didn't know the situation, so I learned it. This is what I came to. I solved probably 40% of the stuff that is wrong. And the other stuff is just out of my hands.
Can't we simplify it by estimated repairs up to a certain amount and we get 50% of it and be done with it? I mean, isn't that a simplification?
$5,000, right? I mean, we have to.
Based on your.
I'm not sure, and that's what I was gonna.
Yeah.
Tanya had a handyman, and Garrett, you
It
have.
shouldn't be made complicated. I mean, it should. We can say we estimate it's gonna be $2,500 worth of repairs and we'll go $1,250 or something of that nature. I don't know. She can come back,
Yeah,
or
I
you can
know.
come back.
I'd hate to wait 3 more months. But if she, okay, like Mike said, if she is, let's say I get estimates that comes to $3,000, could we say yes to this up to $1,500? Just like Mike
Yeah,
said,
I'd make it-
50%.
I don't think we should be looking at her to meet 50-50 with us. I don't like that idea.
I
I
think
don't
that's,
like it either. But again,
because-
being careful of what other
Yeah, I
grant
understand what you're
applicants are
saying,
coming to us. that
But we can
require-
either say we've got an estimate that we think the work is gonna run up to $3,000 and we'll go, at this point, we'll pay half of it. We do have money yet in the fund, I'm assuming.
yeah.
Should ask that.
Fine.
You think 1,500 would be a good start, at least at this
Yeah.
point? And
Yes.
Yeah, I think we have to go with you if you think it's 15 or 2, whatever you think.
The glass work is the anomaly to me. I don't even know how much
Yeah.
it would cost.
And we've done glass before. We did glass in the corner house with no problem a few years back, way back. So glass is not out of our facade.
Yeah, it's all exterior
Yeah,
facing.
it's
This
all-
isn't for any of the interior stuff. But if you look behind that building, the building stands out as atrophy to me.
So I think the intent is to say yes, it's just how to do it so that it's within the guidelines of the grant.
I guess we need a number.
Yeah, I don't want to go
Yeah.
outside of the grant.
Yeah, it's just how to do that. I don't think there's a no here, it's just how do you meet the intent of the grant process?
Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
And your main concern too is timing, is not wanting to wait another 3 months to get things.
We are in winter, so I guess we could. there's not too much work can be done on the outside right now.
Based on what Gary said, not getting us into future problems, we have turned people down because of not giving us a number.
Yeah.
And
An actual quote from
say,
the
look,
contractor.
so I would prefer if you said, look, I think I can do all this for $3,000 and we'll go 15 or whatever. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem just believing you. It's just a matter of, I don't need the next guy to come in and say, well, the other guy didn't put in a quote.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not
I
going
get
to
it.
either. Because we've turned people down
Maybe
for having
Oceana
no quote.
Glass would donate, labor and just pay for the material, and that could bring some costs down, they're in the community. And
All right,
There's ways to do it.
if you have handyman, if you have a handyman company you work with, I guess I'll just call them and show them what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Get a quote, and then come back.
I'll get you a couple names and numbers, and you can, they're reasonable, which is gonna do good work. So I don't recommend somebody if they don't do good work. So,
I think maybe, I just wanna make sure it's understood. My understanding is it's a reimbursement program, so she would have to put the money up and then, correct? Am I correct in that recollection?
Basically, that's, yeah,
Yeah.
you bring in your bill at the end and the city
Yeah.
gives the money. That's the way it's always been.
Yeah, that we just.
Okay, just wanted to make sure she
Yeah.
knew that too, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I hate to have her shut down, with violations that are safety violations of anything, so.
There are a bunch.
But, yeah, it's fun.
It's an old building, and I'm just trying to help a business owner out.
You don't even want to look at the elevator.
What elevator?
It's a closet.
That's how they used
Closet
to,
missing a floor.
that's how they moved the wash machines up and down to the repair shop in the old days.
It's a
It
lift,
does,
it's not an elevator.
It does raise the question of, this might be a short-term thing, but what's the longer term? I mean, some of these issues aren't going to go away, right?
No.
So is there a longer term? I mean, that's maybe a whole other conversation, but.
Yeah, that's more on the enforcement side,
Right.
and we've blocked off dangerous areas. I'd say we've remedied stuff that I think customers would actually be harmed from, but there's code violations that aren't necessarily a direct threat to customers going in and out of there, or else the business would be shut down.
And you can't write them all up if you can't find them yet. You're gonna find them. Maybe we can just make
There's a
accept it subject to being provided some kind of a estimate for the amount, and we approve it subject to that. That way, maybe his people can say, look, it's gonna be 3,500, or, I don't care the amount, it's just a matter of, we need something in writing to say, it's not just an open, we're just gonna do this. We should approve it subject to some kind of, like if you resubmitted it, you don't have to resubmit it, just approval subject to putting a number in here that even says, based on the repairs that we find, understand what the situation is.
and her match as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is my first time ever applying for this, so forgive my ignorance.
no, that's the first time we got been asked that way.
Yeah, exactly.
So the need is though, I mean, it's facade, right? Or is it?
Yeah, I'm sticking to the facade of it.
Okay,
The
thank you.
windows are part of the facade.
Yeah.
Right.
The awning, I'm sorry, the end of the roof.
Yeah.
It's all
And
exterior.
the back is facade too. I mean, as far as the board's considered, it's facing.
If you look at it from the back, it almost looks abandoned.
Are there electrical boxes, or is it just, that's scary?
Yeah, they're hanging.
That could be expensive.
Again, it's beyond my skill set.
That might go beyond handyman, that may require consumers and an electrician.
You mean exterior electric that's hanging?
I'm not gonna keep
The
talking.
is it meter boxes, I'm assuming?
No, like the gas is safe. That that I just have to put a label on that one.
Might not be too bad. The past owner was an electrician, so it might not.
Not a mason though, because it didn't stick to that wall. Okay, so I guess what I'll take from here is I need to get a more accurate estimate on what it'll cost, and then make sure Phyllis knows that if there's cost share involved, it's a reimbursement.
Yeah, and I think we should be able to accept it subject to that rather than have to come back and do this again.
Right.
Just a not to exceed number.
Right.
Yeah, and I can email all of you with that information. We just can't continue the conversation via email unless it's just directly to me, just so there's no forum for open meetings.
I would make a motion, we approve subject to the way he's proceeding to do it.
Is there a second on that?
In an amount, as it says, up to 5,000, which is the rule anyway.
That's the cap, the max, anyways.
That's the cap, yeah.
Not on the different wording here.
Yeah, anybody else on the TIFA is here that wants to second that?
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion?
So is the number $5,000? Is that the not to exceed number? 'Cause that
Up
is
to,
up to,
Up
right?
to, yeah.
yeah, we're not gonna throw 5 out.
Make sure that's in there.
Got that, Dan, not to exceed that.
Dan, you look like you got some issues with it.
Me?
Yeah,
No.
no, okay. I just listened, okay.
This is the first time we've had something like this.
Yeah.
Across. It's unusual, and again, obviously, this is being the uniqueness of this. We can help out, we'd like to do it, for sure.
Yeah, I knew this was kind of an off the wall one. It was out of left field because I've only dealt with this one other time, and the person was just a reimbursement, and you got before and after photos. I understood it, but this one's the city's involved just because her age.
Okay, we have a motion and second. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries.
And I'll update all of you via email.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to resolution 26-01, capital improvement bond.
All right, so there are two here, but since the beginning of the calendar year, they're both labeled the same thing as one for LDFA, one is for TIFA. So what this does is, well, there's a tax capture that TIFA and LDFA are always going to get. So above that baseline, you always, both boards and both those taxing authorities are always going to get that money. This other money that comes in from the state called Local Community Stabilization Funds Authority, it provides actually the bulk of funding for TIFA and LDFA. But what I want to do with that money is use it for the bond payment. So the bond payment will be about $1 million. We get like 1.5 from the state, roughly. So 1 million of that, approximate, will go to funding that bond. And the bond is still going to cover the rest of the West Colby Promenade, Lake Street from Thompson to the bridge, resurfacing the industrial park, and then the other one is Muskegon and Livingston. Those are both in the TIFA development plan. So those will be done within the next 2 years. So it's still within the framework of TIFA and LDFA. It's just this money is going to be allocated to repaying this bond. We got that?
Yeah, I get
It's
it.
like second nature to me, but I've been reading left and right on this stuff. So it's still going to cover projects within both districts. I just want to use that money for bond payment. And there's two projects that aren't in either of those areas. The north end getting crushed and reshaped. So when I say mill and fill, that's scraping off the top 1.5 inches and laying your stuff down. Crush and reshape is the second most expensive, where they actually crush up the old roadway and use that as the base and then pave over that. And then a complete reconstruct is where they take it down to dirt. So, let me back up. The projects that this is gonna fund are the Lake Street lift station number 2, that's a $1.5 million project. Lake Street from Fruitport and for 1,900 feet south, or north, I mean. Lake Street from Thompson to the bridge, mill and fill, the West Colby Promenade project, and then mill and fill all of the industrial park. Those are directly, that'll happen this year in '26. We're getting bids ready for Muskegon and Livingston. Both of those are still in the TIFA development plan. So they're still connected to the plans that were signed by both boards. The only 2 that aren't in those districts are the north end, which is going to be crush and reshape. So we're talking like funnel field and the neighborhood around it is going to get crushed and reshaped. That's about 1.4 million. And the Tolgywood Sunset area, that neighborhood as well, that's a full reconstruct. Muskegon and Livingston are full reconstructs along with lead service line change out and cured in place piping rather than replace the sewer. They just, shoot that sock in there and it makes the sewer last a lot longer. So those are the projects that are going to get done with this bond, but I need a way to repay it. So that's what I want to use LCSA for. But since that money already goes to LDFA and TIFA budget, I want to do it as transparent and open as possible to say, this is what we're going to do with that money for the next 10 years. But you're still going to get that TIFA capture and LDFA capture. That's untouchable.
All right. Do we have a motion for 2601
Which one?
for the resolution?
Resolution 2601.
There we
Yeah,
I think it covered both, right?
No, it
it's
just covers the
basically
one.
the same thing, but you got to do each
We
separate.
gotta do it separate, I think, don't we?
All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do the LDFA. One
LDFA
first.
first.
So
Okay, we have a motion and support.
I'm sorry, who motion?
Any further discussion on that one? Do we need a roll call on this since it's a resolution?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Speaker?
Yep.
Cry?
Sear.
Sear, my bad.
You'll get it. Don't
Cry.
worry about it.
Don't cry about it.
Langlois?
Yes.
Van Meer?
Yes.
Rest on this one, Salter's in here. Moore?
Yes.
Okay. Passes?
Oh.
Miss
Higher, higher,
Yeah.
Sorry.
yes. It's okay.
And,
Kind of, yes.
Okay, we got everybody?
yes.
Okay, good. All right, we'll move on to the TIFA portion of this. We have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
CJ, do you second that? Yeah. Beat you to the punch.
That's my fault too.
Once it's done, that's all that matters.
All right, roll call?
Langlois?
Yes.
CJ?
Yes.
Moore?
I'm not on the typical.
Oh.
I'm on LDFA.
Oh, my bad. Aaron?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Mike's not here. Oh, Salter's not here.
We have a quorum on TIFA, right? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
Wondering.
add on.
Yeah,
Sure.
Because the BAM,
Biome.
and Salter aren't here, but so 4, 6, I think one was vacant.
Okay.
So we're good.
All right,
Thank you.
passes. Good there. All right, public comment. Anybody in the audience would like to address the board here today? Pretty quiet in the peanut gallery, so all good. With that, we need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.